Our next section is section 8.4 and also 8.5, but we're going to skip them because I noticed that they require the knowledge of trigonometry, that you have to know sine and cosine, which you have not learned because algebra is taught before trigonometry. And apparently the author forgot about that fact, okay, that nowhere from the beginning of this book till now have we even mentioned anything about trigonometry. So we're going to skip these sections and I will go over them later in pre-calculus. Pre-calculus is basically a rehash of algebra and trigonometry. I guess they figured that you didn't learn it the first time or something. I don't know. So at that point, we would finish trigonometry and then I'll go over these sections. So right now, I just want to talk about page 852. Okay, just a couple of things that I haven't really mentioned. That so far this chapter is about conic sections, and the reason it's called that is because all these things that we've learned, the ellipse, the hyperbola, and the parabola, can be cut out of some cone. Okay, like this. This is on the following page, 850 something 2 or something. But anyway, as you can see, that the conic section, the definition of the conic section comes from these things. And we have the ellipse, which is sliced sideways, okay? If it's a circle, if you slice in a level way, and if you slice straight down, you get a hyperbola. And if you slice in a way that's parallel to the edge, you get a parabola. And that information, I've never found that information to mean anything to anybody. Well, whatever. And also, if you cut straight down the middle, then you just get a big, you just get two lines crossing each other and stuff. And then if you cut right in the middle here, then you just get one single point. But yeah, so, and that's all I want to say about that, really. So as a result, you have to summarize what we have learned, okay, in this section, and look at the bottom of page 852 where there's a chart where we have examples, okay. The ellipse is where both coefficients of x squared and y squared is positive, then and it equals to 1, something equals to 1 in that form, that gives you an ellipse. A circle is a type of ellipse such that the coefficients between x squared and y squared are the same, and that gives you a circle. And hyperbola is something where the coefficients are different, okay, and that if they're different, it gives you a hyperbola. The parabola only has one squared term, either x squared or y squared. They're not both squared. The line is when you just have x and y. There's no squares anywhere. So let's look at the next page. Okay, and then yeah. Anyway, so a point. The next page we don't really care that much. Okay, and well, I suppose we can say that a point where x squared plus y squared equal to 0, that only gives a point because the only way this is possible is when x and y are both 0. If even one of them is not 0, then this sum will not be 0 because when you square something, it's always positive. As to this, there's no way two squares can add up to be a negative number, so it's not possible. And there's no way to graph it as a result. And that's all I want to say about these two sections. Yeah, and as I mentioned, if you want to see these sections done, please refer to my pre-calculus course, which I have not done yet. I will go through trigonometry first, and then go through pre-calculus. And I should mention now that being pre-calculus is the same as algebra and trigonometry for the most part. I will probably just do a summarized course, that is spend maybe 1 lesson per chapter, okay, maybe use 10 lessons or so to cover the entire course. So that if you're in pre-calculus, then you can refer back to this, the algebra or the trigonometry course if you have any serious trouble with it. So that's the end of this section.